Hello, my name is Sasha. I want to explain to you how you can get a brighter 3D name logo created within Fusion 360. There are a lot of tutorials on the web how you create these 3D name logos, so I will not go in deep to this. I created my first 3D logo with the tutorials on the web mentioned in the comments, and I was not very happy with the color getting out of this 3D logo. So for me, it was not bright enough even when I switched to full brightness, and I thought about a solution for this problem. I used a very dark filament in my 3D print, so my idea was to get some kind of reflector on the backside of the characters, so I can have more light reflected back to the top. So what we want to do in this tutorial is to get this marked area as bright as possible. In my example, I will use a white paper sheet to put it inside here to get more light reflected back to the front of the logo. What you need for this is, of course, Autodesk Fusion 360 and already made 3D logo name you want to print. As extra software, you need a tool which can modify DXF files. I will use Inkscape, which is a free and open source vector editing program, which can do these kind of things for you. To get started, we need a new sketch for the inner parts of the single characters. To create the reflectors for the single characters, we need the sketch of the named logo. I will switch off the 3D elements and just here you see the sketch of the name as lines. What we want to have is all the inner parts of every single character. So we will mark the most inner lines because this will be the biggest part that will fit inside each character. So what we need is a new sketch out of this. Just mark it here and then you sketch again. And then I say, okay, sketch, project. So now I can switch off my original tool. Oh, I missed one, as you see. So no problem for that. So now we have all the outlines for the reflectors. Because for 3D printing and later on we have to skither every character out, I will add some margin. You have to mark every single part of the character manually. So I will use an offset of 1 millimeter because later on I will take a scissor and cut it by hand. If, for example, you have an cut plotter or something, you can use a smaller value, but for me, a 1 millimeter is fine. So we will repeat this for every single character. Now I have added an offset of 1 millimeter to the single characters. Be careful on the outside, you have to go to the inside. On the inner parts, you have to go to the outside. Now we have all these characters. What we want to do next is with the right click on the sketch where we made these layers and go on save as DXF. Now we can save the DXF file and we can open it with Inkscape. So I just started a new page. Be careful to have your scaling factor at 1.0. So you want it the same size as you have it in the Fusion software. Rotate it. 90 degrees. You can hold the Alt key and rotate, and then you will have more easier to get to 90 degrees. So I'm not very familiar with Inkscape. Normally I work with Adobe Illustrator or CorelDRAW, but as they are not open source, I try to show it here with Inkscape. So it's also possible with it, but yeah, I'm not that familiar with it, so sorry for that. First of all, we need to ungroup everything so that we can start deleting the lines we don't want to have. You can leave them if you want, so just if you later on skither them out, just be sure to take the correct ones. For me, I'd like to have them deleted. Just mark them and delete the outer line and so on. And here you have to be careful on the A character, delete the inner part, because what you want to have is the outer side of this line, and here again on the outer side you take the outer one. I'm sorry. And so on and so on. So this I will prepare this and then we'll show you how we will go on. Now I have deleted all the secondary outlines, and this is the lines I want to cut out. Because I only have a DNH 4 printer, I am not able to print them all at once, so I will separate them each on a single sheet of paper, and therefore I will make some copy of these. So then it's easier for me to get them separated. Just delete the ones next to it, and then you can mark one character and press Ctrl G for grouping. Then you will have the C, and same for the M. So now I have every character separated, and I can print them on a sheet of paper and take a scissor to cut them out. If you, for example, want to use something else than a sheet of paper, for example, you want to use aluminium foil or something more reflective than paper, but you're not able to print on it, I did not try it, but my idea would be you print each character mirrored, and you glue the reflective material onto this backside of this paper, and you cut out the character, and then you can flip the character and put it inside your 3D logo, and it should just fit like the paper character alone. So as mentioned, I did not try this already. If someone has tried it and wants to show me the result or has some ideas for it, please feel free to comment below, and that's it from me. I hope you liked the video. This is my first video tutorial. So for example, you can also use cut plotter if you have. This will make it a lot of easier, and then you can also make the reflectors distance from character smaller. So I choose 1 mm here. You can go down to 0.3 millimeters, I guess, if you use a cut plotter, because he is normally more accurate than you are with a scissor. Have fun trying it. Bye bye.